Hello and welcome. My name is Amul and you are watching TechTube. In this video, I'm going to show you how to download and install Python 3.8.6 on Microsoft Windows 10, Windows 8.1, 8, Windows 8, 7 and Vista. On Windows Vista and 7, you need to have latest updates downloaded and installed from Microsoft website. The other thing that you need VS 2015 you need to have installed on Vista and Windows 7 as well. This is required for 8, 8.1 and Windows 10, but I assume that these operating system 8, 8.1 and 10 already have it. If you don't have it, no worries. I'll go ahead and show you how you can get it during the installation of my Python 3.8.6. So go ahead and launch your preferred browser and go to python.org. I'm going to use Google Chrome. The other thing I would like to request, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. That will be really great. It's a brand new channel, so that will help me. Alrighty, so I assume that you already have the browser up and you are on python.org. Okay, you can see these are two type of downloads. So I'm going to show you how you can download 64-bit Python 3.8.6 and 32-bit Python 3.8.6. At the same time, I'll quickly explain what is a web-based installer, which this one is, and what is executable installer. So I'm going to basically leave. Okay, let's go ahead and close them. The other thing, so once you're up here, go ahead and put your cursor on downloads and then go to Windows section here. Click on the Windows and you'll see it says Python releases for Windows. This is latest release of Python 3. This is going to be latest release for Python 2 link. In this case 3.8.6 and 2.7.18. So in this video, I'm going to download this Python 3.8.6. Go ahead and click on this top link here and this will take you to the download page of 3.8.6. you can read about the new changes or new features of 3.8 compared to 3.7. More resources to learn about Python 3.8 features and bugs. You can visit this website, this link here, or this one. This is something new, PEP 569. You definitely want to go ahead and read if you're really serious Python user now or programmer. This is specific for Microsoft Windows users. You can see the binaries for AMD 64-bit will also work for processors that implement Intel architecture, 64-bit architecture, which is also known as like x64-bit architecture, and formerly known as both EM64T, x86 and 64. There are web-based installer now. So this is completely new term. A lot of people don't know. And this is for specifically for Microsoft Windows. It's not available for Mac. So what is web-based installer? Basically, web-based installer is a very small package compared to the executable installer, and it doesn't take a long time to download. But what it requires is internet connection. You need to have internet connection when you are going to install it. So what it says, the installer, the web-based installer, will download the needed software components at installation time. So that's the difference between executable package and web-based package. Web-based packages install the required software components at the installation time. However, the executable one does download when you download it from Python website, and you can port it to other system that doesn't have internet connection and install it. So executable download can be ported to other systems where there's no internet connection. However, web-based installer will require internet connection. Now this is for Mac users. Same thing, Python 3.0 we support only 64-bit. Okay, so please read important information displayed during installation for SSL TLS certificate validation. So that's very specific to Mac users. Now scroll down. This is the section you want to be to download Python for your operating system type. You can see these 6 are for Microsoft users. This is for Mac. These are source releases for Linux distros. These are operating system type. This is description that you definitely want to go over. So this is for 64-bit. You need to have Mac OS X 10.9 and later. That's for Mac. This is again the same thing the website talks about here. So this is going to work for any processor brand, AMD or Intel. Here, let's go to the downloads link here. These 3 are 64-bit downloads for Windows user. These are 32-bit. So go ahead and check your system type by pressing Windows key and pause break button on the keyboard together, Windows and pause break, and it will display the system type and architecture. Processor is also 64-bit, and the Windows operating system is also 64-bit. So that's the system type. I know my system type now. I can go ahead and download 64-bit installer. If your system type is 32-bit, you can go ahead and download this 32-bit installer. However, on 64-bit operating systems and processor, you can install either and they will work similarly. But there are a lot of people who would like to be very specific here. I don't know. The reason is basically your softwares, depending on this Python, may and may not work if they require a specific or certain type of package like 32-bit or 64-bit. Alright, so you know your requirement now, and go ahead and download one for your system type and install it. So let's go ahead and have a look at the web-based installer. It's a very small package compared to executable and zip file. So I'll go ahead and click here, and you can see it took very less time. Now if I click here, it's because it's already downloaded on my system, it did not take a long time. However, this package is very bigger than this one, and you will have same user interface when you're going to install from these two packages. So very similar one. It's going to be the same thing. Okay, so let's go ahead and install it from this web-based installer. So this is Python 3.8.6 64-bit setup wizard, and one thing that is very important here, you want to make sure that you check this box. This will add your Python 3.8 to the system's path, and this will let you execute Python from anywhere on the system through command prompt, or any other application will able to find Python installation on the system very easily. So definitely you want to make sure that you check this box. There are two options here. If you do not want to make any changes or customize your installation, you can go ahead and click install now. You can see it gives you all the information here. So this is where it's going to install the Python 3.8.6 64-bit or 32-bit. So this is going to be under your user's profile. Okay, programs Python. So it's under your user. So as soon as you launch this CMD, this is your user profile. You can go ahead and check everything in here by typing start and space and then a period sign and hit enter. This will launch your user profile. And in here you can check where is this Python. So app data, local programs, where is app data? Okay, let me go one by one. App data is here. You can see it has local, and then you look for programs, and here you have Python. Okay, so I previously had installed it, so it's there. I can go ahead and remove it. So if I keep it there, it's going to just overwrite, and it would not take a long time to install it. So I'm going to keep it there. So this is where it's going to install your Python. Okay, it will include idle, pip, and documentation. Creates shortcuts and file associations. So if you're happy with it, you can go ahead and click this install now with default, everything default. However, if you need CS 2015, which is Microsoft package for Windows users, you simply click this customize installation. But make sure do not uncheck it. You make sure it's checked and then go to customize installation. Okay, I do not need the documentation. It's going to download Python server, local server, and a lot of files. So what is documentations? Python documentation. It's going to install a server, and you will be able to launch Python documentation and browse through all the features that this package 3.8.6 has to offer. But if you do not need, you simply go ahead and uncheck it. Pip is basically Python package manager. You definitely want to have it. Okay, so leave it checked. TCL and TK idle, these are basically GUI packages for Python. So if you have these, you would be able to learn, develop Python GUI applications and packages, softwares, whatever you call it. Idle is basically live shell type of Python IDE, which you get with Python, and this lets you run Python very quickly, so it saves time if you're learning Python or testing some code. Okay, Python test suite, another package from Python. This will let you test your software and codes. Python launcher, it's going to be another package that will get installed with this installation package. It's kind of CMD that you can launch from your command menu, and this will directly get into Python. So kind of idle. All right, so I assume that you already have made the required customization, but if you do not make it, it will be more like the default installation. Now go ahead and click next, and here you get all advanced options. So if you do not have VS 2015 or later, go ahead and check this box. I already have it, I don't need it. I don't need to do any customization here. However, if you want to change it, this installation location which is under the user's profile, you can simply browse and select wherever you want to install it. A lot of people would like to keep it on the very like C or D drive, but I'm going to leave it as it is. Okay, and then hit install. Now you will see it comes up with a new user account control window. Say yes on here. This is kind of you saying, giving you permission to make changes on the system, required changes. And because I already have had previously installed it, so it's not going to take a long time. However, this web-based installer doesn't take a long time anyway. So I think that's the latest change that I've been noticing in software installation. Basically in this industry wise, so all those packages are taking very less time now than before when it comes to installation and downloads. Alright, so you can see setup was successful. Python 3.8.6 64-bit setup. A disable path length limit. This is completely optional. You can go ahead and say close. Now if you go ahead and launch your command prompt and type py or Python, same thing on Windows at least, you will be in the live Python shell. Now let's go ahead and check the Python version. So you can simply say py hyphen space hyphen uppercase V or py hyphen sorry, version, same thing. You can also say Python or Python version, same thing. Okay, you can also check the packages installed. You can simply say pip list, and these are packages that were installed with Python installation. Okay, it says you need to upgrade your pip. Okay, and to upgrade pip, you simply run this command: pip install hyphen upgrade pip. So let me do that for you. Pip install hyphen upgrade pip, and this is going to upgrade it successfully. Uninstalled the current one, and it's going to install the latest from the web. What happened now? That's really weird. No such package. So let's see. It's still working, by the way. So what it's asking, you need to have denied. So basically you need to launch it as a with admin rights. So simply type cmd launch with admin rights. Oops, sorry about this. And you'll simply say pip install hyphen upgrade. Up to date. So it was installed, okay, but there was an error. Alright, so let's quickly go ahead and write our first hello world app with Python. So you can go ahead and launch it and simply say print hello world and run it like that. Okay, so you can see I've got this hello world app here. I can go ahead and execute it. So it has nothing in it. So I simply go ahead and to execute wherever your file is, Python file is, navigate to that particular folder and simply type py or Python and then the name of the file, and you can see it's running like that. So that's the thing you have. The other thing, if you're looking for idle, you can go ahead and click on this menu and you can see you can launch the Python idle. You can simply type idle if you don't see it, and it's going to be the same thing. So how you use it, you simply can type your code in here. So same thing. If I say print hello, and if I just press Control and enter, it will execute. Okay, but anything written with this idle, you will not be able to execute it with this command prompt. The reason when you save it, it saves everything like these things as well. So either you manually go ahead and delete these things, so it will save like everything on here. Okay, so if you just see like you don't have any, you have options, save it. So if I go ahead and save it here on my desktop, hello.py, or simply say hello, was saved? Yes, it was saved on my desktop. You can see it here. And if I go ahead and open it, I'm going to open with this notepad. You can see it saves like everything, and this is not going to work if you launch it from command prompt. So I have not made a lot of changes here. You can see it gives you an error. So if I go ahead and remove these things from here and the other things that I did before, it should work now. Alright, so that's it for this video, and I think it's a lengthy video. If you have any questions, suggestions, leave in the comment below. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Bye for now.